Ted Cruz right now seems to be leading the charge on the right to claim that the media doesn't get to determine who won the election and, oh, we got to count all the ballots and make sure that the Democrats aren't engaged in any shenanigans, even though Democrats are saying, yes, please, for the love of God, count all the ballots. But Ted Cruz is casting doubt on the election results. And he's a sitting United States senator, and that's dangerous and that's unfair. Now, there's a reason Ted Cruz is doing this. And it's a silly reason. But it's a strategic one for Ted Cruz. Now, before I tell you why, let's rewind the clock a little bit. Let's go back to 2016, 2015 even. 2015, 2016 Republican primary. What did Donald Trump do? He relentlessly mocked Ted Cruz. I mean, out of all the people that were running for president under the Republican banner at the time, he went after Jeb, he went after Rand Paul a couple times, he went after Lindsey Graham, but nobody got it worse than Ted Cruz. He insulted his wife as being unattractive, strongly implied that his father may have been somehow involved in the JFK assassination. There were all those memes of Ted Cruz being the Zodiac killer. I don't think Trump necessarily pushed those, but that was still a thing. And so Ted Cruz is out there now being Donald Trump's biggest defender, acting like, and he's been that way for 4 years, to be honest. He has been a huge defender of Trump. And the reason, again, is strategic. And that's why he's out there right now jumping on the Trump bandwagon saying, hold up, this election might not be legitimate. And the reason is because Ted Cruz wants that base. Ted Cruz is not going away anytime soon, folks, and that is a very unfortunate thing. But Ted Cruz wants to run for president again in 2024. And now that Trump, well, even if Trump had won, you're looking at an open Republican field. There's no incumbent to run. So Ted Cruz hopes that he can take that spot. He's going to have some stiff competition. We are definitely, most likely looking at Josh Hawley. We're looking at Tom Cotton. We're looking at Nikki Haley, possibly a Trump kid, maybe even Trump himself, although I don't think that's going to happen. The guy's going to be way too old and senile by then. But definitely a Trump kid or two. Maybe all of them. Hell, I don't know. How old's Barron? No. But anyway, Ted Cruz is going to be at the top right now. He truly is. Because he's one of the few, along with, Cotton and Hawley, that is going to stay in the public eye. But Ted Cruz lost in 2016 because of Trump's base. So Ted Cruz has to go out there right now and be the first to capture that base. He has to be the most vocal, saying what that base wants to hear, so that once Trump is out of the picture, that base becomes Ted Cruz's base. That's dangerous. And I have said repeatedly over the years that Ted Cruz, as much as I hate the guy, he is a good politician. He's not a good politician, but he's good at politics. He's not good on policies, but he's good at manipulation. If Trump hadn't run in 2016, Ted Cruz would have been the nominee. He held his own in that town hall against opposite Bernie Sanders on healthcare. He said some things that for the non-politically astute seemed like they made sense. Now, those of us who follow this every day, those of us who do this, we understood that Ted Cruz was lying his face off. But that's only because we're plugged in and we understand and we know and we read and we do this. Understand, most Americans don't do that. So if a guy like Ted Cruz comes in, and he does have a little bit of, smarmy, almost slimy-ish charm. He can self-deprecate. That's big. That's important. Cruz is dangerous. And he's going to be exceptionally dangerous in 2024 if he has Donald Trump's base behind him. And that is exactly what he's trying to secure right now.